So after a few weeks of everything, I am back to the show. This is Moments with Mika. I'm Mika, right? Just in case, it's a new listener. I hope it's a new listener out there. Okay, so let me start off by saying this is the first time that I can actually do an intro for my show and really believe in it, right? Like people used to always ask me, what is your podcast about? And I used to be like, it's just every topic, any topic, we talk on it. And when I gave that answer, I used to always think that, that's not a good enough answer. That's not something that'll make people want to listen to your show because, anybody can talk about everything and anything. Well, not anybody, but you know what I mean, right? So here's the thing. I've been pondering on that. Like, how can I answer this question better and then be confident in myself and the answer that I give, right? So here it is. This podcast, I do like to talk about different topics because why? I like to educate. I like knowledge. I like to influence the next person to do something that they probably haven't done before. As long as it's not going to hurt them, then I'm here to tell you, hey, just do it. That's me. My inner Shia LaBeouf will tell you to just do it, right? But not only do I want to educate people, I want to lift people up. I want to talk about topics that most people don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not open about anxiety and different things like that. And then you'll see a post on social media and it'll make a joke out of something that you probably might be going through. So here is where we have conversations to let each other know that we go through stuff, right? Life is life. Nobody's life is perfect. People post what they want to post because everyone want to seem happy. But some of us have not really been happy. And here's where we can talk about it. Here's where we can talk about the difference in being who you are openly or being afraid to be who you are. Here's where we can actually have an open conversation about the LGBTQ community and kind of get some stand grounds of what to do and what not to do. Here's where we can have a conversation about, white versus black conversations, what to do and what not to do, and not feel judged and give your honest opinion, but not be negative about it. So that is my answer. That's what this show is. I uplift. I like to educate. And I'm kind of funny. And everything that I say may not always be the best option for you. But it's, once again, my opinion. And I let people come on the show. I don't mind. I tell people, hit me up. If you got something to talk about, if you got a story to share, hit me up, right? Because I feel like if we learn more about each other, we can respect each other a little bit better. You don't know what the next person is going through. Some of us never really heard real stories about domestic violence when it could be really close to you. Some of us haven't heard any rape stories, anything like that. Some of us, we see it on Law and Order and everything like that, but sometimes it helps to hear the story from someone that has went through it, for people that's went through it and don't want to say nothing. Your story, the conversations you have being real can help the next person be real. And the ultimate goal of this is to make people feel comfortable and happy in their skin. Just be real and be honest. That's it. So that's my answer. So when people ask me this question, and hopefully they don't ask me this question because it's going to be a long, drawn out answer like that. But I'm really confident with that answer. That's really a passionate answer for me. So yeah, what a good way to start a show. This is Moments with Mika. So, am I the only person that keep on getting those messages from people that's talking about signing up for Forex training and it costs $200 a month, but you can make a whole bunch of money, and how people have became millionaires in 6 months? Am I the only person that's getting those type of messages? Okay, I don't mind paying for certain things, but at the same time, I'm not about to add a $200 bill for me monthly to learn foreign exchange policies and different things like that. No. It sounds like a great idea, but at the same time, I feel like it shouldn't cost that much. Like, I'm gambling with my money, right? Like, I can go to the casino and gamble and put 20 on the table and, see if I hit or not. But $200 a month, people, yeah, no, absolutely not, okay? Like, I will gamble when it comes to stock, I can invest $5, $1, $10. But when we start getting to the hundreds and I don't make a lot, yeah, I don't know about that new bill. But I just felt like I should start the show with that because I've been getting a lot of messages. And this one girl, she messaged me and I'm like, yeah, no, that sounds cool, but I'm not ready for that right now. And then she came back with another message. I already said, no, ma'am. And I said it politely, right? She came back with another message. And y'all know me sometimes. Like, I'll open a message, and if a call comes through, if a text message comes through or something like that, I'm going to open that up, right? Or I'm going to answer the phone. So I opened her message, right, I guess. And she seen that it was open. Do y'all know she sent me another message? It was like, you open my message. You ain't got to be rude and not respond. Oh, this is when I realized that I've grown and I've matured. Because, Obi would have cut into her tough. Like, sis, you asked me to sign up for something for $200. You don't even know me. Why would I sign up for you? So you can get your referrals so it can be free for you? Like, ma'am, no. But you know what? New me was like, I'm not going to take in somebody else's negative energy. I'm going to keep it pushing. I'm going to send a message, and it is what it is. I sent the message back and was like, you know what? I apologize if that offended you. But like I said before, this isn't for me. So have a great day. Now, new me, you only get that once, as a disclaimer to y'all. You only get that once. I ain't that mature. Because if she would have came back on something else, oh yeah, I would have popped off. But you know what? I'm starting to see the growth, y'all. Like, I really am. Like, y'all know how I feel about Starbucks. I love Starbucks. Like, every day at work, we used to get Starbucks together, right? Or I'll risk it and be late just to get to some Starbucks. Like, it's only 5 or 10 minutes or something like that. But anywho, I love Starbucks. But I discovered that loving Starbucks and loving the drinks that I love, my body was just like producing more weight for some reason. And I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get more in shape, right? But I couldn't do that and have Starbucks every single day. And it was crazy because I was like, it's crazy because I got to let go of something I love to really get something that I want. And I was like, oh, wow, that's growth. And some people are probably listening to this and like, it's only Starbucks. But Starbucks meant so much to me. Like, it was every day. And sometimes it was twice a day. Like, I was legit spending over $50 Monday through Friday for Starbucks. Then on the weekend, we're not going to count that because that's none of y'all business. But I haven't really had Starbucks like that, y'all. Like, I can say that I went one whole month without going to Starbucks. Now, that's not to say that I didn't per se have Starbucks. I got the K-Cups. So I make my coffee in my K-Cup machine. But I changed it around. And I've noticed a lot, like, when it comes to my weight, like, I'm not going to say I dramatically lost weight, but I lost like a couple pounds, a couple inches off my waist. And that's really the goal, right, ladies? Like, what waist? I'm trying to be in that team. Like, just a little bit. Anywho, I discovered that sometimes you can love something, but you just got to let it go if it's not good for you. You got to let it go. And not mean you have to totally let it go, but you just got to, consume it, not as much. You feel me? So it's like a hidden message behind all that. Maybe you can get it and maybe it go over your head, but that's my message. I've learned a lot about growth. Over the last couple weeks, I believe I went through a lot of emotions. I was very, very excited. The day before my birthday on July the 2nd was a video premiere for Mina Mahone. And Mina is a rapper, a female rapper in the city. And I was actually able to do a domestic violence awareness video with her. And they dropped the video on July the 2nd. And not only did it drop, there was a video premiere at the drive-in. So it was like, wow. Like I always said, I'm going to be on the big screen. And I was legit on a big screen. So I was excited so I could be able to tell like my kids that. And not only was it amazing because of that, but it was amazing because I got to experience it with my grandmother. My grandmother actually came out the house. Her and my great aunt, they came out the house to see me. So I was so excited about that. Everything like about that night was amazing because I felt like I accomplished something, you know, that I thought that I wouldn't accomplish, or I thought it would just take so much, you know. But I discovered, and I don't know how long you guys been listening to the show, but back in the beginning phases of the show with me and Rick, Rick was the other host, we were reading a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. In that book, at one section of the book, it tells you to write down a number goal. It tells you to write down a date. It tells you to write down the things that you're willing to sacrifice to get to that number goal on that date. And it tells you to write down what you're willing to do to get to that number goal and how, like by that date, right? So it gives you the what, when, who, why, what, you know, all that. And sometimes I'll walk past my computer and I'll look over because it's right on the side of my computer and I'll read it. You're supposed to read it 2 times a day, like in the morning and then at nighttime. I'm not really that disciplined, but I do read it a lot. And I have like positive affirmations on my wall. And I actually have a mock check like sitting around that I could just look at. Like it's not in a reel or anything, but it has that date on there and it has that number amount so that I can always remember in the back of my mind, like this is a goal that I set for myself, right? And it's reasonable. Like it's not too crazy, but acting was one of the things that was on my list to do to get to that goal. Like one of the things that I needed to do to practice. And honestly, at the beginning of this year, if you would have asked me, was I going to do anything with acting? I would have been like, no, like I'm not an actor. Like I'm not good like that. And I would have said something because my confidence, like it's not super damaged, but you know, I wouldn't want people just looking at me. Sometimes when people look at me, it just bothers me. Like, why are you looking at me so long? Like, what? But, you know, I'm growing up. Like, I'm growing up and I'm thinking more positive. Like, when people look at you for so long, they study your face. It's because, I don't know, maybe you really are cute or something. Or maybe you got a booger. That too. Anyways, where was I at? I definitely detoured. Where was I at? Anyway, yes, acting. Thank you, guys. I know somebody is like, oh my God, she was talking about acting. Yeah, anyways, I did acting for the first time in like May. And the video premiere was July 2nd. Super excited, right? But that excitement, that happiness, that victory that I was supposed to keep, it didn't last long for me. And it didn't last long because I was focusing on others when I should have been focusing on myself. And I guess that's the inspiration for this show. I don't necessarily want to like teach or anything like that, but it's inspiration to someone. Because I know I am not the only person, and I bet not be the only person that do this. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not. But anyway, that was a big victory for me. And I find that sometimes when I have big victories, I don't take the chance to celebrate myself and to be really happy for myself and really, you know, focus on that victory. I don't spend a lot of time focusing on it. I spend a lot of time on the person that's not, you know, focusing on it with me or other people or the situation. So the video premiere was great. It was the day before my birthday. I was happy and everything, but I couldn't help but to think outside the victory. So I was a little bit saddened on my birthday because my birthday was the next day, y'all. It was like literally the next day. And though this should be like a really great birthday because not only did I accomplish something unknowingly, but also I was on a big screen. Like I'll be able to tell, you know, kids that's younger than me growing up, like, you know, anything is possible. You know, I was on a big screen. I ain't got to tell them everything, but you know, I can give hope. I can give inspiration that way, right? But I got consumed with thinking about others and thinking about their actions and supporting other things. I say all that to say this. I am learning once again how to focus on me and how to celebrate my wins. Because me and my mom always talk about that. She brings that up sometimes. Like, you got to learn how to celebrate your wins. Like, learn how to just be happy for yourself and not care about who's not happy for you or anything like that. Like, stop getting distracted by the distractions. Okay? Focus on your victory. Like, you conquered this. Like, you did this. So that's something that I'm going to be working on. And honestly, I feel like we're about to be quarantined all over again. So maybe I can go through like what I did before a few months ago. If you haven't listened to the show, during the beginning of the pandemic, I started going outside and jogging every day. I taught myself how to trade stocks. I taught myself about the, I think it was the Spanish flu pandemic that was in 1920 or 1919. I taught myself about the Chernobyl explosion that happened. I taught myself about basically the judicial system and how everything works, and just started teaching myself everything about law, anything that I can teach. I started teaching myself about the housing situation that happened in Detroit in the 1950s and 60s, learning how, Black people were treated. I feel like I had to educate myself so that I could educate other people. So if we go back in quarantine, I'm definitely going to do the same thing again. I'm going to find some new stuff to learn, some new stuff to share, because great thing about the stocks was I taught a couple people about it. I told a couple people about a few things to invest in, and they did that. I got screenshots of people that was like, yo, I listened to you. I went all in on this, and look how much money I made. Rick, went in, I forgot what it was. I think it was Hertz or something like that, and made so much money. Like, people are actually, taking the information. So I'm not getting all this information to gloat or anything, but to empower other people to, make better decisions. Let's make some money together. Let's respect each other. Let's find other ways to solve our issues and fix our problems and different things like that, right? So that was basically my show. Like, this one is going to be very short. Well, not very short, because I think it's been 15 minutes. But I want to tell people, take a chance on yourself. That acting, it was so crazy, y'all. I felt so weird. When it was time to shoot it, I felt weird, when I got the call and they asked me to do it, because I was like, I don't even talk to y'all. It was crazy. And I was like, well, why me? And I don't know. It was weird, but I'm glad that sometimes you have to appreciate and be glad that you pop up in someone else's head and they actually follow through. I feel like sometimes when people pop up in your mind, I feel like you should call that person. If it's an ex and you drunk or something, don't listen to me right now, because I do not want to promote something like that. No, ma'am. No, sir. But when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to being in a room with people that can help the next person, say that person's name. We can't just say people's names when it comes to who's been violently killed. We have to also say the names of people that can have an opportunity to grow. So, listen, if somebody pop up in your head and you somewhere in a room full of opportunities and it could help that person, say that person's name. Speak that person up. Because if you look out for somebody else will look out for you, and it'll keep stuff going. It first starts with you. You can't expect somebody else to do something that you ain't gonna do. Period. So that's why I've been really learning to be calm. Be calm. Be cool to a certain extent. But also at the same time let people know you ain't for certain things or whatever. But that was it. That was a lot of gems and stuff in this show. And for the people that's asking people to do this exchange thing, this Forex exchange, please think about changing these prices. I would love to make money like that. I would love to do this foreign exchange stuff and make quick money. But at the same time, y'all got to think about people that actually are working legit jobs. They're not getting no good unemployment, and they not making as much as people that's on this good unemployment. Like, we got to do better when we trying to empower each other. Everything doesn't have to cost so much. I know we want to make money, but let's not be like the people that we're talking about. Let's not be like the 1%ers that we're always talking about. Like, you ain't got to hurt my pockets. We can eat together. And I'm pretty sure if you're the reason why I'm eating, I'm going to make sure you're good. You know, I guess more people just really need to think like that. But it takes time. It takes a person like me or you to kind of keep on putting that message out there, because somebody is going to grab it. Somebody's going to agree. And you're going to attract people, you know, that think like that. So, yeah, I'm getting ready for my next cocoon state of learning stuff. Because I know everything is going to shut down because don't nobody want to wear a mask. I can honestly say sometimes, y'all, I haven't worn a mask because it be hot. It be hot. I wear glasses. I like sunglasses. And it be hot. But I'm going to start wearing my mask, or I'm going to just stay in the house. See how I solved that problem? If I don't want to wear a mask, I could just stay home. Like, I'm straight with it. All right, y'all. I'm out this thing. Listen, about the video, definitely check out the video. I will send it to, well, I can't send it to you guys because I don't know all your informations. So here's the thing. I will put this on my, what page will I put this on? I'll put this on my Facebook page. And if any of you guys follow my business Facebook page, you'll be able to check it out. I'll also try to put it in the information underneath this podcast. I don't know if that'll necessarily work. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'll do that so that you guys can check it out and support me, support Mina, support J Rich. It's called Keep It Moving. It is on YouTube. In 1 week, it has hit 100,000 views. So check it out, comment it, like it, share it with somebody else. Tell somebody that I'm working on my Halle Berry skills. So just in case somebody want to use me for, you know, a movie or something. No pornos, because I know people that's going to think of something like that. You know, hit me up. But in all, be great. I'm out. All right, I have real questions. How does your car look right now? Is it clean on the outside but not clean on the inside, or vice versa? Whether you're having a hot girl summer or a city boy summer, your car need to be looking good if you're going to be looking good inside of it. So here's the resolution. Make sure you call Simply Clean Mobile Car Washing and get your car looking good. Make sure it's restored back to new. And it'll only be done at Simply Clean Mobile Car Wash. So give them a call at 586-646-0403. 586-646-0403. You will not complain. I guarantee that. You heard it here first on Moments with Mika.